1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get punked, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters gon' move.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a pro violation. Yard down! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing right there on that intro. And if you want to get that song, it is available only by purchase of a digital download directly from me. Cashapp, PayPal, or Zelle me $20, and I'm going to get it to you ASAP. If you're interested, hit me up on my email, 16tolifemusic@gmail.com. Also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to go to my playlist, Binge Watch the Best. I got some hilarious stories. I got some stories that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Prison riots, boo-bops, DPs, all that stuff, man. So be sure to check into Binge Watch the Best on my playlist. I'm telling you, it's going to have you glued to your seat, man. Now, let's hop right up into this next video. So almost from the inception of when I started doing my YouTube channel, I periodically get asked by the viewers, hey, chill, man, do you know Diablo from Eastside Bannon, Sapo? Now, for those of you guys out there who may not know who Diablo is a Southsider who also happens to be a rapper from my hometown, Bannon. Currently, and unfortunately, right now, Diablo, I believe, is serving 80 years to life on I believe it was a murder charge that he caught in Bannon. So that's where he's at currently right now. So like I said, due to the fact that I grew up in Bannon, that I'm from Bannon, born and raised, I definitely think I'm one of the ones that put Bannon on the map by, you know, doing this YouTube, getting Bannon out there. Anyway, people always ask me, man, do you know Diablo? And yes, I do, man. Diablo happens to be about 7 years younger than I am. So I'll tell you guys how I met Diablo. Now, Diablo also has a cousin by the name of Sinner. Both of those individuals rap. At one point in time, too, and I'm not too knowledgeable about this, but Diablo was signed and or rapping with Mr. Criminal from the Crime Family. After I serve my time and I get out of prison, I'm in Bannon at the hood liquor store. Frank and Sam's is what we call it. And I'm down there slinging CDs. This is just right after I came out with my first CD. It's called Free Gas, No Charge. You also can get that by digital download. Get at your boy. I'm telling you, man, that's a straight classic. 16 songs. It's a banger. Anyway, so I'm down there at Frank and Sam's, the liquor store, slinging CDs. Yeah, I said it, I'm slinging CDs, you know what I'm saying? So I'm down there, I'm hustling, selling my CDs or whatever, and a lady approaches me, and she calls me by my whole government name. I'm thinking like, who the hell is this calling me by my government name? So I turn around, and lo and behold, it is Sinner's mom, Diablo's aunt. Me and Sinner's mom, basically, I can remember going to school with Sinner's mom and Diablo's aunt as far back as I can remember. They have been in Bannon also a long time, and actually they live not too far from where I grew up at. And so, like I said, she calls me by my full name. Now, keep in mind, I have been locked up and gone 24 years, you know, actually a little longer than that, because around 89, I moved to Billings, Montana. I was out there hustling, doing my thing. And periodically I would go back to Bannon to re-up, purchase more work. You know, I'd stay out in Bannon for maybe about a week or two, but for the most part, I was actually living in Billings, Montana. So, I hadn't seen Sinner's mom in a long time. So I turn around and I'm looking at her, and I call her by her first name, and I said, "Is that you?" She's like, "Hey, what's going on? How you been?" So on and so forth. We go to talk, and she like, "What you out here doing?" Say, "Oh, I'm hustling. I'm selling CDs or whatever." She's like, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." She said, "My son raps." I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." And so, I had no idea though, at the time who her son was, because like I said, I believe her son is also around the same age as Diablo. Her son is Sinner. I believe Sinner is around the same age as Diablo, and I'm 7 years older than Diablo. So I don't, I didn't go to school with them and so on and so forth. And so, when I'm 18, they was only like maybe 11, somewhere around there. So, we did not interact and things of that nature, right? So after I dropped my first CD called Free Gas No Charge, I also rapped in a group called Bangtown Business. And so that's me and my homeboy CO. You may have heard a lot of his music in a group called the 909 Boys. He has a lot of stuff on YouTube as well. So definitely go check the homie out, man. That's CO Lope from the 909 Boys. And so we put out a project. We dropped a couple songs and stuff like that, and so we was gonna shoot a video. Now I got another homie from Bannon, Maniac. Now Maniac grew up in Bannon, but he's also from Palm Springs. But anyway, my homie Maniac is the same age as Diablo, and they went to school with each other. I'm talking about probably from like the first, second grade. They've been knowing each other a long time. They real cool with each other, got a good relationship. And so one day when I'm down at the hood liquor store again, slinging my CDs, my homie Maniac, he introduces me to Diablo and Sinner. And so Diablo was telling me, "Yeah, what's up? Hey, nice to meet you." Him and Sinner both purchased a CD from me, So shout out to those two dudes, And so he's telling me, "Hey, man, I rap," and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's what's up, man. And so we talk for a little bit, chop it up a little bit. Then they pull off and smash out. Now, at this time, I'm not knowing that when Diablo tells me that he raps, that dude really raps, So later on, I looked up some of his stuff on YouTube, and the dude has some of his videos have hundreds of thousands of views. This dude is really well known, like I say, and I have no idea because I have been locked up all that time. So fast forward to, I don't know ever how long it was, maybe a couple months later, we're getting ready to shoot a video called Everybody Wants Some. And so my homie Maniac, he told Diablo and Sinner, if they was free, if they wasn't doing nothing on that particular Saturday, to pull up and come by. We was going to be shooting a video up there at the park that we call Eastside Park. So Saturday comes, they pull up. Sure enough, if you happen to see that, I believe it was I don't know if it was I believe it was a black Fleetwood. They pulled up in, and that's in the video. And also, their faces happen to flash up in the video, and I'll try to include that into this video that I'm making, right? And so, yeah, man, they pulled up. We chopped it up. Matter of fact, I think during one part of the video, you see me and Diablo sitting there chopping it up, just talking about this, talking about that, or whatever, man. So, Diablo was real cool, man, and so we end up doing the video shoot. We put the video out and things of that nature. So now, like I said, he got a cousin Sinner, and Sinner raps too, man. And shout out to Diablo, because he raps, he gets cracking on that mic. But if I'm keeping it 100, I honestly think Sinner might even be a little tougher than Diablo on that mic, man, because Sinner definitely gets cracking as well. Unfortunately for Sinner, not too long after that video shoot, a couple days later maybe, he gets caught up in a situation and he gets sentenced to prison. I don't know exactly how much time that he got, but it definitely was a nice piece of time, And then fast forward to, I don't know how long it was after that, maybe 5-6 months, maybe a year. I'm not exactly 100% sure. Then Diablo gets arrested and ultimately gets charged with a crime that leads to him being convicted and given 80 years to life in prison. So now, before all this happened, I ran across them. I would see them out there periodically here and there, because Bannon is relatively small, and a lot of times when I go out to Bannon, I'm sliding through the east side, and they stayed on the east side and stuff. So I would see them from time to time. I would say what's up, So yeah, I definitely met Diablo a couple of times. We talked. I met Sinner a couple of times, and so yeah, I definitely ran across those dudes, and like I said, I know Sinner's mom extremely well. We went to school together. I believe she is 1 year older than I am. And so, yeah, we know each other quite well. And I still see her out there from time to time, in Bannon when I slide through. So anyway, cats have always asked me, do I know Diablo from Eastside Bannon Sapo? And so, yeah, there's the answer to that right there, man. You already know what time it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.